So I hate that I've now had to do this for like a third time in the last few months, but she
Third
doesn't
time's a
stop.
charm.
So my lemon is Mandy Rose, just in general, because this girl, uh, the most recent thing is she was on Busted Open, but it's not even just that. She was saying things on Twitter because some fan is upset that Stephanie Vacour is being acknowledged as a double champion because she is the NXT Women's Champion and the NXT Women's North American Champion, and they're hailing her as such because they should.
She is.
And this fan decided that, okay, well, this is offensive because as a Mandy Rose fan, we should be acknowledging her as the first women's double champion. And nearly everybody except for Mandy stands were calling them out and being like, it's not true though, because she was in a title unification match. It was not a double title match. And so when she became champion, she might have stood there with two championships, but it was combining into one. So she never really was a double champion. And Mandy, of course, quotes it and has to like make this into a big deal and whatever, and then goes on Busted Open and furthers that by being like, I guess I'm not on their Rolodex, like they're just trying to erase me from history. And other than like, obviously she doesn't understand the difference between a title unification match and being a double champion, like that's very frustrating. The thing that frustrates me the most is like how she tried to come off as a very understanding person when she split from WWE and saying like, I get why I can't be there because they really wanted me to choose between being a professional wrestler with them or like continuing my content online. And obviously she was making a heck of a lot more money by doing her content, so she chose that. And she was coming off, like I said, like she understood that and she did not blame them for that. And so the fact that it's been like 2 years and we're still hearing her complain that they're not acknowledging her, it's like, well, first of all, honey, you are a smidge in the history of WWE. Not many people are really going to remember what Mandy Rose did in WWE, even if her, return to NXT with the dark hair and everything was much better than when she had been on the main roster. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you aren't Becky Lynch, you're not Lita, you're not Charlotte Flair. Like that, you did not reach that level, and then they're purposely ignoring you. They can't bring you up because they don't want to have people go to the content. You have explicit content. That was why
Yeah,
they couldn't keep you around. So they're not going to give you free advertisement by then putting your name on there. Not to mention, why do they need to? You're
yeah.
you're not
They
there's
don't
no
need to.
relevancy between Stephanie Vacour being a double champion and you unifying a championship. It doesn't make any sense. So it's just like, girl, just give it up already.
Double champion means that you defend both titles on a weekly basis. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
she just I think she just needs to let it go, but I feel like based off of some of the other things that I've seen recently, like her and her husband are still very salty that they're not with WWE anymore,
Well,
and
no
they like
shit.
keep trying to like bring things up to like continue their connection to WWE. But like, you actively chose to not be there because you still wanted to do explicit content. And that is fine, girl.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want, go where
Make
the
the
money is, do
millions.
whatever.
Who
But like,
cares?
you then can't hold them in like contempt, because like you're mad that you had to make that decision. You signed a contract, you were then doing things that went against that contract, so they could not continue that relationship with you. If you are fine with what you're doing and you're happy with your decision, then you wouldn't still be harping on the time that you had with them, or that they're not doing this for you and whatever. Like, you're not a legend. You can be a legend in your own mind, but in reality you're not. So either accept where you
Legends too
are,
strong.
then, well, a legend in her mind. That's what I'm saying. So it's like,
Oh,
she's
legendary.
just not that important to WWE to like be talking about. Like I said, you're not Trish Stratus, you're not Lita, you're not China. Like, they're not going to be talking about you as if you did something monumental in the business. You didn't, girl. Like, You didn't. Just move on.
I'm not gonna lie, that was also my lemon. I'm gonna be
Oh,
brutally honest.
well,
Like
it
that was
seems
the
like
one.
some things people agree. We talked about this as well.
Yeah, like that was the other. Yeah, like this. Like Mandy Rose was my lemon for this week on for continuity purposes.
Yeah.
She is my lemon of the week because every time I go through and scroll, it's awesome to see the news, but that's the one piece of content or news
Mhm.
relevancy that I see and get like angry when I see it and am right away want to just completely shut it down. Where everything else, it's an open conversation. I don't care what your opinion is because you're just talking about the product and that's what we want. But
Mhm.
this, it's just stupidity. You're just saying this so that you can make a headline
Mhm.
and go viral for what you say so that people eventually cycle back to your content and see you just posing half-ass naked,
Well, she also
and with she
she's
posed with both
upgraded it.
titles.
Yeah. I mean,
She posed with both titles.
and the
So,
thing
like, you
is,
remember that picture?
yeah,
Go.
and the thing is like it's totally fine. If you want to do the videos, you want to do the pictures,
Fucking
and that's where
cool. Who
money is,
cares?
get your bag, queen. But again, like I
I don't
said,
care.
you chose this. You decided to break your contract and to continue doing what you wanted to do. Why do you not seem happy about that? You can't have your cake and eat it too. You signed a contract. WWE is not in a position to allow you to make explicit content while being connected to their company. They don't have to do that. They don't let anyone else do that. Chelsea Green had an OnlyFans. I don't think she was doing half of what Mandy does, but she got rid of it the second she got signed. She got rid of it, and she didn't even debut for 3 months, I think, after that. And so she basically
Yeah.
gave up like getting money from that website to live her dream in WWE. Mandy didn't want to do that, and I don't think she ever wanted to be a wrestler. That's the thing, is like there's the difference there. And again, that is fine, but stop dragging the company through the mud. And then also, like Final Boss said, don't be talking about Tiffany Stratton. Girl, you're jealous. That's what it is. We talked about that. That's what it boils down to. You're jealous. And it's not cute.